Hello everyone, welcome back to Hope Worldwide. So today I thought of taking a topic already written on the board here, socialization, from the subject of sociology. Okay, so even you studied this under educational psychology and I think community medicine also, we are into psychosocial factors. We can talk about socialization. So how do we define? First I would like to focus on the definition of socialization. Okay. So how do we define socialization? Socialization is a process of social interaction that emphasizes on transmission of culture through language or through kind of any medias. That's called as what? Socialization. Okay, so can you expect a social life without interacting with anybody? No. So socialization helps in so many things, like our personality is molded and you are sensitive to others' culture, or you react to people. All things are based on how we socialize, right? So that's called as what? Socialization. Okay, so when you look at the means of socialization, or what are the methods of socialization, I would put it as methods of socialization. Like for example, when you are in the family, we socialize. It's a kind of informal socialization. Okay, in our workplace, that's coming under like something which is officially communicated or interactive with each other. That's called formal socialization. That is based on official rules, guidelines and all, will be called as formal socialization. Okay, so when you look at nature of socialization or benefits of socialization or concept, anything can be written. Okay, so socialization is influenced by various factors. What are the different factors that are actually affecting socialization? Number one, your attitude. We socialize as per our attitude. How about interest? Yes. Socialization is based on our personality. Alright, and socialization is influenced by multifactorial aspects, like what? Internal and external factors. External factors, of course, the societal norms, social network, all these are components or elements that can contribute for socialization. Alright, so now I am going to teach you about what are the types of socialization. Types of socialization. When you look at the types of socialization, here I would like to focus on 5 types of socialization. I am making a box here. Okay, so number one, as I have mentioned here already, once you have started to socialize in the family, it's called as what? Primary socialization, which is your immediate group where you are getting socialized. That's called as primary socialization. Okay. Now, when we are connected with people in the secondary level of our social life, for example, workplace, education institution, that's called as secondary socialization. Secondary socialization. Alright, now number 3, adult socialization. What do you mean by adult socialization? Like, children may not know how to behave according to their role in the family, or sometimes but an adult, I identify my role as a teacher, or you identify your role as a learner. You behave in such a way according to that particular role we behave, or we get adopted with the society. That's called as what? Adult socialization. Okay, so identifying our own role and getting socialized in society. Next is about anticipatory socialization. Anticipatory socialization is all about, what is meaning of anticipating? You are expecting that you would be in that group and trying to adopt your behavior before you enter into a particular group. That's called it. For example, a student is in 12th standard and she knows that she is going to be a college going student after a few months. So she started to socialize, or she will start to learn new language. Okay, for example, before, even one more example, like before migrating, you learn some language, you try to adopt the culture of the other country, like reading, at least going through some materials that you get which gives you some information. So that's an example of what? Anticipatory socialization. And come to the next part is what? Re-socialization. Re means what? Repeated. You already learned something, but you relearn some concept and trying to adjust with the society and modifying yourself, that or progressively. That's called as what? Re-socialization. Okay, so repeatedly modifying your behavior according to the norms of the society, according to the group behavior, etc. That's called as re-socialization. Alright. So this is about types of socialization. Once again I'll repeat: primary socialization, secondary socialization, adult socialization, anticipatory and re-socialization. Okay. Now let's see what is the process of socialization. Okay. So when for the 5 marks, if they ask you what is socialization process, so how do we understand process of socialization? I am going to give you a quote here, okay? I mean a keyword to study about the process, okay? ISIL, okay? So one person getting socialized, what the child will try to do? Imitation. We try to imitate or copy the behavior of others. That's called as imitation. I stands for imitation, copying the behavior in a good or bad way, whatever is part of socialization. Come to S stands for suggestion. People give us suggestion or opinion, either we accept it or reject it, but of course both the side will help us to get socialized in the society. That's called as S. That is called suggestion. So I stands for imitation, S stands for suggestion. Now already I have told you one word I have used here related to adult socialization is identification. Okay, so once as an individual we identify our roles and responsibility, accordingly we try to socialize in the workplace or wherever we are put into. So that's called as identification, understanding roles and executing accordingly as per our social networking. Okay, so that's called as identification. Come to L stands for, of course, without this socialization is not possible, right? Or cultural transmission is not possible. That's called as what? The vehicle of transmission, cultural transmission, language. Okay, so language is a vehicle of what? Socialization. Without linguistic development, see, talk about linguistic development in childhood, okay, pediatrics. Again, language development also will have an influence on socialization, or language is a vehicle or medium for transmission of thoughts or culture or your perceptions, etc. So this is about keyword that should be written under process of socialization. The keyword is ISIL, imitation, suggestion, identification and language. Come to the last part, agencies of socialization. What are the agencies that help us in socialization? Of course, primary agency is about family. Family as an institution for socialization. Okay, informal socialization starts with family. Then educational institutions. Then religious institutions. Political aspects. Okay, political aspects also contribute for socialization, and so many other agencies are there, where neighborhood is an example of what? Socialization agency, neighborhood. Then leave about all this. Now at present mass media has great influence on socialization, mass media. So these are all about agencies of socialization. Okay, so now if you look at this socialization topic for 10 marks or 5 marks, you can elaborate much more. Okay, so I am just giving you an idea what are the key points can be written. So give an introduction on socialization, then at least write 2 to 3 definitions on socialization, then what are the methods, as I told you, informal and formal. Then nature or benefits or concept of socialization, what are the factors that influence. Then types of socialization I have explained here. Process of socialization, I gave you a keyword, ISIL. Then what are the agencies like family, education, religion, politics, the neighborhood and mass media, etc. So that can also contribute for socialization. Alright, so that's about the topic of socialization or social interaction. So thank you so much. That's all.